To be honest, it's been a really long time since a smartphone has made photography feel this exciting for me. Toward the end of last year, Xiaomi introduced its new generation of flagship camera phones, the Xiaomi 17 Ultra series, and I managed to get my hands on the Xiaomi 17 Ultra Leica Edition. Over the past 2 weeks, I've been using it non-stop, taking photos every single day, whether I was at home or out and about. And the more I used it, the more I found myself falling in love with it. That's why today I'm especially excited to shoot this video and share that sense of surprise and joy with all of you. So what exactly made me so obsessed with this phone? What impressed me most about the Xiaomi 17 Ultra Leica Edition is its dual layer design, with one part being internal and the other external. On the inside, you have the Leica One-Shot mode, and on the outside, there's the physical zoom ring surrounding the lens. Let's start with what's happening inside. If you didn't watch the launch event or don't really know what Leica One-Shot is, you might assume it's just a couple of Leica-style filters made for fans, something with a strong German flavor. But that's not the case at all. On the Xiaomi 17 Ultra Leica Edition, Leica One-Shot has its own dedicated shooting interface in the camera app where you can switch between two camera simulations, Leica M9 and Leica M3. The one that truly hooked me was the Leica M3 monochrome film mode. The original Leica M3 uses Leica Monopan 50 film, known for its bold black and white look, deep blacks, bright highlights, and that signature silvery grain. Photos taken in Leica One-Shot M3 mode really capture those qualities, with rich shadows and bright highlights that never feel overexposed. In sunny conditions, the contrast is striking and powerful. On cloudy days, the transition between light and dark feels smooth, natural, and easy on the eyes. Every shot carries a realistic grain texture, almost like you're holding an actual piece of film in your hands. Take, for example, a photo I shot of an electric car wrapped in a plastic cover. The way the shadows and highlights flow into each other and the light, airy texture of the plastic all look incredibly lifelike. In another scene, a few leaves float on still water, and both the leaf texture and the calm surface of the water are rendered in a very relaxed, pleasing way. So why does the M3 simulation deliver a look that previous Xiaomi Leica black and white filters couldn't achieve? This is where Leica One-Shot really shows its strength. Here are two photos. One was taken in normal mode and then converted to black and white using a filter, and the other was shot directly in Leica One-Shot M3 mode. If I gave you 3 seconds, could you tell which one is which? Leica One-Shot isn't just adding a filter after the photo is taken. It uses a true film-based digital simulation built on the color spectrum response curve of Monopan 50 film. By adjusting the RGB channels, it recreates the physical light-sensing behavior of silver grain. After extensive real-world shooting tests, it ensures accurate color response, tonal range, and consistent grain distribution and detail. The end result is a soft, delicate, and highly accurate black and white image that genuinely feels like film. It's the kind of black and white mode that becomes more addictive the more you use it. We even joked that this year's Xiaomi Leica imaging contest might see a massive spike in black and white submissions, simply because everyone is shooting with the Leica M3 Pro mode. Photos shot in Leica Pro support secondary enhancement. Using film expansion technology, the image gains stronger contrast along with richer cloud detail and grain texture. Let's give it a try. Once the processing finishes, you'll see that it simulates a kind of breaking effect during film development, pushing contrast and grain further and giving the black and white image a more dramatic, energetic feel. If I had to describe shooting Beijing in Leica Pro M3 Pro mode with one sentence, it would be this: Beijing instantly turns into Beiping. Now that we've talked about the Leica M3, let's jump forward about half a century to the Leica M9 of the new millennium. For Leica fans, the M9 is an irreplaceable icon, mainly because it was the last Leica digital camera to use a CCD sensor. Who would have imagined that 15 years later, the image character of the Leica M9 could be brought back on the Xiaomi 17 Ultra Leica Edition? So how did they manage to revive that long-lost M9 look on a smartphone? During development, the team fed the phone hundreds of thousands of photos taken with the Leica M9, allowing it to learn and absorb the camera's unique imaging traits. Every time you press the shutter in Leica M9 mode, you're essentially activating that M9 image character. The algorithm analyzes the scene in front of you and chooses the most suitable way to render it, matching the look the M9 would naturally produce. After shooting in Leica M9 mode, you'll see a small icon you can tap. Unlike the Leica M3 mode, this step is mainly about secondary processing and layering, further refining the final image. The secondary processing in M9 mode works like this. Photos taken in Leica Instant Mode support an extra layer of enhancement. Using cloud image engine technology, these images can reveal far richer details, especially in very bright areas, with tonal transitions that feel more natural, lively, and realistic. When I first tried it, it honestly felt like a whole new door had been opened. The resulting photo has a kind of sharpness and optical placement that feels much closer to something shot on an actual M9. If we zoom in on this image, you can clearly see the fine details in the green grass. Everything is densely packed, yet rendered in a very smooth and natural way. Then take a look at the goal ball. The marks left by fans over the years are all there, clearly visible and full of character. Starting from this unlocked high-resolution image, I made another adjustment and ended up with a version that has richer colors, a warmer tone, and a stronger sense of realism. At that moment, I really felt like this feature was a home run. From then on, I re-uploaded all the photos I had taken using Leica Instant Mode and unlocked them one by one. I was genuinely curious to see what kind of results would come from releasing all that hidden pixel and image information. And sure enough, many of those photos completely surprised me. Take this shot, for example, captured in Leica Instant Mode under a setting sun with slight underexposure. I already thought the atmosphere was great, but after uploading it for cloud processing, I was blown away. Zoom in on the little boy's skin, and you'll notice it looks smoother and more natural, with a much softer transition between light and shadow. Even the fur on his collar appears silkier. This next photo was taken at home, just a quick snap of my cat. After cloud processing, the change in the orange fur was dramatic. Look how smooth it is. It honestly feels like something you could use in countless advertisements. The texture of the sofa also becomes more refined and natural, with a stronger optical feel, making the whole image look much more like it was shot on a dedicated camera. The team behind this Leica layer upon layer design is truly brilliant. They've given us mobile photographers so many ways to explore, so many hidden surprises to unlock, and each time the payoff is incredibly satisfying. They really stand at the intersection of humanity and technology, and more importantly, they know how to guide that balance, understanding when to prioritize human feeling and when to lean on technology. I'm genuinely impressed. There are no obvious flaws or weaknesses here. That said, I do have one small complaint. Leica Quick Attack Mode relies on a large number of algorithms, which means each photo takes up significantly more storage space. For example, in the same scene, normal shooting might produce 4 or 5 images, but Leica Quick Attack could easily generate more than 20. If you keep shooting continuously, you might end up with 60 images from a single moment. Now let's move on to the external design, specifically the zoom ring around the camera module. When I first saw it at the launch event, I couldn't help but wonder if it was really necessary. I've always believed mobile photography should be fast and straightforward, with as few extra steps as possible. Turning a zoom ring with one hand while pressing the shutter with the other sounded a bit counterintuitive to me. But once I actually got the phone and started using it, that doubt disappeared. I personally set the zoom ring so that a quick rotation activates Leica moment mode, and rotating it again adjusts exposure. It's insanely convenient. Honestly, it's gotten to the point where I feel like picking up my TV remote and spinning it just for fun. That's how powerful good industrial design can be. It subtly changes the way you use things without you even realizing it. Looking back at the release of the 17 Ultra, I've been using Xiaomi phones for photography since the 12S Ultra. I've spent long periods shooting with the 13 Ultra, 14 Ultra, 15 Ultra, and now the 17 Ultra. Over time, it's felt like Xiaomi's imaging team has been walking this photography journey alongside me. We've been figuring out together how to improve the gear and better match a photographer's real habits. Then the 17 Ultra Leica Edition arrived, and it completely won me over. You know that feeling when you and a classmate study together for years, pushing each other forward, and then one day someone tells you, hey, they just won a Nobel Prize? That's exactly how it feels. Can you even process that? I'm honestly blown away. And with that, I'll wrap up this sharing about the 17 Ultra Leica Edition. By the way, this year I plan to regularly review and share experiences with photography gear that I find genuinely interesting. It doesn't have to have the strongest specs or the most extreme performance, as long as it's fun, meaningful, and offers a unique emotional value. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.